Rise and grind, McAlester. Welcome to Harper Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. Come have a cup of joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned into Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Doherty's Pharmacy, Reagan Auto, and the PC Landing Zone. Live on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and tomorrow night it's senior night. McAlester matches up with Sapulpa at Hook Hill Stadium First National Field. Winner locks in their spot at an important 3-seat in the district, so be sure to come out and be loud for your Buffs. Now, with all that said, let's welcome the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, Forrest Mazey.
Glad to be back.
And
still rolling.
Finally a Friday game.
Yeah, back-to-back Thursdays, yeah.
And it's been tough a little bit to get to a Thursday instead of Fridays for a couple of weeks.
Getting back into a groove, I guess. I don't know, just inconsistency. It's fun times.
Makes it weird. Dominant performance up and down the field, though, both sides of the ball in your 56-14 win over Durant. What was your evaluation on the win?
Win the trenches, win the game, and we kind of dominated the trenches, so we won the game. It's just one of the things that you have to win up front in games like that, in big games that are supposed to be, dominated by the offensive and defensive lines and the front 6 and 7, and we did a good job of that.
And talking about the defense, 15 tackles for a loss against the Lions, and a much improved Durant offense of that. You guys held them to 125 yards, just 2 rushing yards, and only 3 first downs. What was key in your defense playing the way that they did?
Just, attacking the line of scrimmage, reestablishing the line of scrimmage, making sure it was on their side of the football when we reestablished it. I think that was the key. And then I was saying getting, 11 hats or 7 hats or 8 hats, however many hats we got to get to the football to make the tackle.
I think Eli Chapman had a pretty good game against their stud receiver.
He really did. He had a really good game, did a good job, did everything we asked him to do. I think it was just a really good all-around effort defensively.
To me, that's what kept Durant in the game against Coweta the week before is the fact that Caden Mims, their receiver, went off like 160 yards.
Yeah, crazy.
You mentioned the term playing violent on last week's show. Offensive line showed it. You mentioned it just a minute ago. But it seemed to rub off on the ball carriers as well, whether it be Watkins, Lesnow, Pouncil, so on. What do you think about your runner's ability to create yards after contact on Thursday?
I think it's very important. You get to the second level, you're going to get some of those guys blocked, and some of those guys, you've got to have a free hitter most of the time because you only have 11-11. So you're going to have to make one miss or maybe run one over. So there's things that you're going to have to do to make sure to put yourself in a good position to meet that. If they come with violence, you got to meet it with violence. If they come with finesse, you have to meet it with the finesse of your own. But they did a good job across the board of blocking on the perimeter, blocking in the front 7 or front 5 and front 7, and then making that last defender miss or pay for it.
And special teams led to some short fields for the Lions, but that was really the only thing working for him last Thursday night.
Right.
So what did Durant do or the Buffs didn't do on those situations, and how can you improve on that?
We were running past the ball. We weren't avoiding to the butt side. We always, avoid butt side on kickoff. And when you run into the hand side of a block and they just kind of, with your momentum, if you're really hustling down the field, they can just kind of run you past or run you up out of bounds, and just because of your momentum. And so one of those things that we got to make sure we take care of and get fixed this week. We put a premium on that is avoiding butt side and attacking the ball and not overrunning the ball.
And so bringing these back this week, who was the scout team player of the week?
Zane Owens, wasn't it? Zane Owens was the scout team player of the week, and the offensive lineman of the week was Landon Pingleton.
There we go. And with that, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. We have Coffee with the Coach inside of Harper Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with player interviews after a quick word from our sponsors.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot! Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
For those on radio, there's your Buffalo drive of the game in their 56-14 Thursday Night Lights win last week over the Durant Lions. Beginning with 3:34 left in the first quarter, it covered 85 yards on 13 plays. It ended in the second quarter and spanned 5 minutes and 21 seconds. It was capped off by that 10-yard touchdown run by senior Ethan Watkins, his second of 3 scores for his second consecutive week with the hat trick. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach from Harper Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester. This year's show is brought to you by Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Doherty's Pharmacy, and Tanny Hill Furniture. We've got Buffalo players Colton Elam and Braden Bumpus. Welcome to the show, guys.
Appreciate you having us.
All right, so starting off with an icebreaker, how we always work it out. Would you rather work on the beach or party in a conference hall? So work in I guess, paradise or party in a boring setting?
I'll probably, I definitely pick the beach for sure.
Still work on the beach?
Still work?
Yeah, work on
Working
the
though?
beach. Yeah, but you don't want to be bored.
I don't know.
I mean, like, you know, you don't want to be bored.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd go with the partying in an office.
Office space?
Yeah, I feel like, you know.
So what's your reasoning behind the party? His says he doesn't want to be bored.
I don't want to be bored.
You
There's
don't wanna
nothing
be
to do in the
bored?
office.
You can.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing to it. There's just nothing to it. Partying. That's it. That's just to the beach. You got everything. I mean, not everything.
But you're working.
But you got a good view.
Rather just
Yeah, you
not
get a
work.
good view. Great view.
What if I'll be in like a New York office looking over the city.
But I'd be on the beach. Beach balls, you know what I'm saying? Water.
You're working though.
Sun.
You're working.
Good
I'll just
weather.
let them do the show.
I mean, this is like, come on now.
You're working.
This is not even a thought.
You want to work the rest of your life? Like if this is what you're doing for the rest of your life, you want to
You're
work.
in an office. I'm on the beach.
I'm not
having
working.
Fun.
No, we had a real judge over here earlier. We could do a full-on court session.
Yeah, we probably should. I mean,
I didn't think this was going to cause such a ruckus. All right, cool. Hey, let's go to our next question here. Do you guys have any special talents outside of football? Anything that you guys want to let anyone know?
I mean, I'm good at video games.
Video games?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at video
What
games.
kind of video games?
I'm really good at Fortnite.
Okay, I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I'm
if it
good
was. I didn't know if like Call of Duty was still as big of a deal now
I'm
as it
good
was
at-
back in the day.
Oh, yeah, I'm good at Call of Duty. Too.
Okay,
Yeah.
Colton.
I'm good at like shooting, like accuracy shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the 49th Cadet Lawman Academy.
Really?
Yeah, and I got first place in their shooter.
Dadgum. Congratulations, Colton.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll stick with you right here for a second. This is a question for you since it's your senior night tomorrow night for the Buffaloes. What do you think the motions are going to be like? It's a strong possibility last game over the hook unless something weird happens like last year.
Ooh, I think after the game, you know, it's really gonna set in like this is the last run for us. You know, right now it's like it's still setting in, but like this is our last game with the senior at the hook
Yeah,
it's our last game at the hook.
It's more like getting ready for the game more than actually setting in.
Yeah, and then after the game, it's gonna just come through. Yeah.
I got you. Braden, we'll go to you now. You've been part of a defense that's been playing with its hair on fire here recently. Seems like y'all just had a bunch of fun hitting some guys here the last couple of weeks. How have you felt about the way y'all have been playing? What's been the driving force of the defense?
I think our leaders are starting to step up as our senior leaders on defense, starting to step up and motivate us more. And I think we're all like, even though some of us aren't seniors, I feel like we're still like, we're feeling the emotions from the seniors that it's like getting close to the end. But I feel like we're getting in gear finally.
Here's a question for both of you guys, a fan question from a guy named Seth Burgess. You might have heard of him before. He asked on Twitter, what is your why when it comes to football? He also says, love all you guys and have a great senior night. So what is your why when it comes to football?
I don't know. It's just the bond and the brotherhood that you get from football is just like no other sport.
So your teammates?
Yeah.
I got you. Both of you guys?
Yeah.
All right. I like that one. And last one, always a fun one. You got Halloween. I think this one's going to start a debate too. Halloween's coming up next Tuesday. So here's my question. If your team was in a scary movie, who would be the most likely to survive and who would be the first to get the axe?
I'm surviving.
You're built different.
I'm surviving, hands down. Elam, I don't care what you have to say. I am surviving, hands down.
So Braden's picking himself.
Yeah.
Well, then you got to pick someone to get the axe, though. Who's getting the axe? You're going to say Colton?
Nah. Colton's kind of smart. I'd probably say, like, I don't know. Probably like Will Spears.
Will Spears?
The first to get the axe,
Yeah,
Will
'cause
Spears.
Will Spears will definitely like run at the zombie instead of away
he's
from
like,
it.
he's like, he wants to go towards the action. I'm surviving. I'm picking the safe route. He's like him and Drayton Pouncil. They're going straight to where it's going down at. They did not even care. So
They're going to say, oh, yeah, Jason. He
ain't got nothing on me.
He ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, that's exactly what Will said.
So Will, most likely to die, Braden going to survive, according to Braden. Colton, I need your two answers here.
Okay, I think most likely to survive probably Zach. He's
Rogers?
Yeah, Zach
Okay.
Rogers. He's smart. And I'm gonna have to go with Will too because I don't know.
Man,
He's something.
Will's getting torched today.
Sorry, Will.
Thank you guys and good luck against the Chieftains.
Thank you.
Again, those are Buffalo players, Braden Bumpus and Colton Elam. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We're going to speak on Sapulpa next. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot! Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, Doherty's Pharmacy, and the PC Landing Zone. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester, live alongside McAlester Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazey. Tonight, it's McAlester versus Sapulpa for senior night. The series began in 1949, but there have only been 6 games between the two teams, where it's tied at 3 wins apiece. Before 2021's playoff game, the two teams haven't met since 1980, and because of the hiatus, last year's win by Sapulpa was their first over McAlester since 1953. However, the Buffaloes are looking for revenge and the 3 seed in front of their home crowd tomorrow night at the Hook. Coach Mazey, once again, time for Guess That Play, presented by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress. We go back 2 years ago to the first round of the playoffs.
Ooh, okay.
Has scored a lot of points in this game.
Okay.
First round of playoffs, 2021, 7-0 Buffaloes lead. Ball at the Chieftain 47-yard line. Second down and 7. Ball on the right hash. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter.
Oh, man.
I believe y'all are driving towards the north end zone, towards the locker room.
Yeah, let me think about this one.
Getting 7-0.
7-0. I want to say Eric scores on a run, but we may pass it off of. I'm going to say Eric on the left side. It may be Moten, though.
Again, it's ball on the right hash. It's second down and 7.
No, I think we run a screen to the boundary and score.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's the final answer.
All right, Wyatt, go ahead and play it. This is the audio from that night. Man in motion's pass, the snap, play action, pass near side, caught by Prather. Has a touchdown already today.
Yep.
Gets the first down the near sideline, gets a block.
Prather,
He's in the clear. 15, 10, 5, touchdown McAlester.
Yep.
Good call. You changed it the last second, ended up getting it.
Yeah.
So there's Cale Prather, 47-yard touchdown, screen pass from Trent Boatwright.
Yep.
There you go. And, hey, that was Guess That Play presented by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress. I got a bonus trivia question. It'll make up for one of the earlier misses this year if you can get it. I'll be really surprised.
Okay.
Super surprised. 636 yards of offense last Friday versus Durant is the second most by the Buffaloes in your tenure in the 5 years. 649 is the most, so you missed it by 13 yards last week.
Oh, could have got it, too. Okay.
Do you know who it was against and what season?
Ooh.
The 649.
The 649 was probably.
I would never have guessed it, ever. I had to go back, and I did not think it was that game. I thought it was the most for a long time. I had to actually go back, look through all my binders, and I saw.
Let's think about this one. It was probably the year. What is the year? Probably when we played Hale at home, maybe. No, I bet it's somebody I wouldn't expect.
It is someone you wouldn't expect. I mean, yes and no.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's wild. It was on October 22nd, 2021.
Okay.
It was a 52-17 win over Tulsa Edison.
Edison
was where you had your
at
most
home.
yards. That would have been at home because the year before was over at LaFortune.
I'll be dang.
That's 649 yards the most.
Didn't realize that.
Me neither. That's why I was like, yeah, it'd be fun. Let's throw in a trivia question here.
649. I knew we had a lot last week. That's a lot of yards we had. It was a good explosion, especially after taking over the offensive line and doing some, having to coach that group. It was an experience.
Some longer fields and you don't get stopped. Yeah, it's going to lead to a bunch of yards.
They never punt. It's always good.
Yes, sir. You said from before the season even began that Sapulpa was a dangerous team. What do you think about them heading into Week 9 now?
Well, same thought process. I think they're a 60-40 pass to run, so they do a good job with the passing game and run it just enough to keep you honest. Because they're running back Marco Smith and those other guys do a good job. So they do, and their O-line's got some big bodies on it. Thank you. They do a good job and they keep you honest and they make you work for it.
Braden Bumpus with a handoff there.
Yeah, it was a good handoff.
Hey, we got, like you mentioned, one of the best backfields in 5A there with Colton Howard and Marco Smith, the latter, which had to sit out most of the year with injury last year. So you guys didn't get to see him, but you got to see him in 2021. I think you already kind of broke it down, but when Marco's not carrying the ball, Colton Howard's got a heck of an arm.
Yep. He's a transfer in, from Coweta last year when Coweda's, had the quarterback move in. So it's just one of them things. Like I said, you got another year in the system. I thought he was pretty decent last year. I think he's really good this year. So we're going to have to be on our toes and do some different reads and play sound football.
So the 1 and 2 spots are already kind of locked up in 5A with Coweta and Del City battling that out tonight or tomorrow. But again, last week you put your team in the driver's seat for the playoffs. This game locks in the victor at the 3 seed no matter what happens in Week 10. You mentioned in years past, but how big of an advantage is it to be the 3 seed though compared to the 4?
It's just you're on the top side of the bracket. I just think, the 3 seed's been really good to us. I think we've been in it 3 different times and went to the semis, and I think semis
14
no,
seconds
semis,
away.
finals. I guess 2 times we've been in that
Twice,
3
yeah.
seed. So we were 19 seconds away from the finals the first time, and then went to the finals last year as the 3 seed. And you really would have benefited that first year from the 3 seed because Kelly gets the 3 seed that year. I didn't think we were very good. We go beat Kelly and get the 2 seed, and the 3. Kelly ends up going to the semis that year.
Right.
So I think it's good. It's all about matchups. I think though when you get in the playoffs, and there's so many things that come into play. What's your mindset of your kids? How are the matchups, and how hard are you? That's because it becomes a grind. It does. About this time of year, like I was telling the kids yesterday, I can't imagine you got 2 games left and you're not going to the playoffs. How do you prep? How do your kids play? How do you coach? I've been very fortunate as a coach the last 9 years now to be on at places that football was highly important, and long playoff and big deep playoff runs are premium, and the kids, you have to find a new meaning and a new why at this time of the year. What's your why? It's like you said, it's because it becomes a grind if you don't find a new vision every few weeks.
All right, again, that's kickoff at 7 p.m. tomorrow night at the Hook. It's the last home game of the season unless we have something weird like last year, so no excuse not to be there. We're going to take a break, help celebrate these seniors tomorrow night as well. Coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester, we're going to have one final break with head coach Forrest Mazey, reading some of your questions. Don't go anywhere. You're on KNED.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot, height! Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Harbor Mountain Coffee House has your coffee and tea needs covered. They offer a variety of espressos, frappuccinos, and drip coffee, as well as smoothies, chai teas, and an assortment of breakfast sandwiches and pastries. There's wireless internet too. Harbor Mountain Coffee House, 3rd and Wyandotte, McAlester. Open 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturdays, or visit us 7 days a week at Harbor Mountain To Go in Tandytown, or at our newest location at 418B South Georgia Line Expressway, which is open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Doherty's Pharmacy, the PC Landing Zone, and Reagan Auto. Taking a quick look at the broadcast schedule this week, beginning tomorrow night with Senior Night at the Hook, McAlester versus Sapulpa, kickoff at 7, pregame show set for 6:20, radio only, video streaming near kickoff on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. On Saturday, 2 games begin at 11 a.m. You have the 6th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners traveling to Lawrence to play the Kansas Jayhawks, pregame show at 9. The Tulsa Golden Hurricanes pregame show begins at 10 a.m. as they travel to play SMU on KTMC 1400 a.m. and 96.7 FM. The Oklahoma State Cowboys have the nightcap at home against the Cincinnati Bearcats at 7 p.m. Pregame show set at 5 p.m. on Rock 105.1. Now, with all that said, we have head coach Forrest Mazey reading our final segment this morning, reading your fan questions. If you ever have one, DM us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio or message us on Facebook. Facebook.com/McAlester Radio. So we'll start off with this one. Derek asked a couple of questions to help fill the 5. Okay. Derek asks, what has been your favorite Halloween costume that you have worn?
Believe it or not, it was like a clown costume back when I was like 3 or 5. I remember it being red and silver with black. I mean, it's pretty creepy looking. Like, and my mom painted my face. I just remember pictures of that, and it's always been my favorite because she homemade it, and it was satin. And she put the big, like, ring around, the hoop. And
okay.
I mean, she did a really good job of making this costume. And I remember we obviously didn't have a lot of money, but I remember putting a lot of pride in that, and I seen pictures of it. It looked really good.
That's cool. Derek also asks, what has been the best costume you've seen at the annual Halloween practice?
Parker Singleton's the dude off of Lebowski because he carried a small glass of milk. like a White Russian, the whole time we were warming up, and then Trent Boatwright throwing in the inflatable dinosaur was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty good.
Quarterback playing or dinosaur playing quarterback, pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Don asks a football question on Facebook. Why is it typically harder to run block than it is to pass block?
It depends on who you are. I mean, it's just because the different fronts you get. Like when you think about football in general, if you don't know the nuances of the game, D-line movement, and fighting across, like everybody thinks you stay there, you stand there, you don't move. Gaps move, D-linemen move, D-linemen stem, they slant. So sometimes, and just like anything, if everything worked as it should, then nobody would score, or like you would get no yards and they would stop you, or it would just be a stalemate every single time.
0 yards at the end of the game.
There'd be 0 yards and punts, and so why things happen is because kids make mistakes, and that's why offensive teams score and defensive teams stop people because of mistakes, and that's just the legitimate thought process of it.
I like that.
So I mean, sometimes you get overpowered, you get outmanned, you get outduted, and that's the reality of it.
Outdogged.
I mean, why does Tyreek Hill outrun a cover 2 safety? Because he's better than everybody. I mean, that's just that's just the truth. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get outduted, and sometimes you get outflanked. Sometimes you get mistakes. That's why we score too. So it's just one of them realities that you have to come to bear with, and it's taken me a long time to be able to understand that.
Brady asked this a couple of days ago. I know that it's kind of changed up with the forecast a little bit, but with the chances of rain, he says, how much can the weather change a game plan, and is it hard to make those changes during the game?
For us, no, it doesn't change. I mean, we're gonna throw it as much as we're gonna throw it, and we're gonna run it as much as we run it. I mean, that's just, we're not gonna look at the rain and say it's gonna deter us from doing something. I remember being at a token, we were an air raid team, and it rained and mud, and we still threw the ball 62 times. And still threw for a lot of yards and still won. You just got to prepare the kids in your minds that that's what you're going to do, and that's what they're going to be confident in, and they're going to live by that. You never go in with a lack of confidence in your game plan because of weather. Gotcha. Would you like to know the weather? Yes, so you can prep with more balls, more towels, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. But you never waver in your thought process on a game plan based on weather.
And our last one, Joe asked on Facebook an answer we already know. If you were Team Candy Corn, which we know is a resounding no.
Oh, my God.
We know it's a resounding no, but because we've been asked that before, like twice before, we know the answer to that. So I'll switch it up for Joe here. And I found that I wanted to go ahead and change up the question for him. What is your favorite snack to get at the movies, though?
Ooh. I mean, obviously popcorn.
Yeah, that's a go-to.
I mean, I think popcorn's a staple. I don't know.
Who doesn't get popcorn at the movies?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know other than popcorn. That's my number one. I don't even know if it's a candy. Believe it or not, I like Raisinets.
Raisinets. Okay.
I know, it's random. It's a random chocolatey
Some people put raisins in their popcorn.
That's weird.
Oh, that is kind of weird.
It's the salty. It's that just like trail mix, basically.
They put sometimes what is it, the chocolate drizzle or whatever.
Yeah,
There's also they get the candy. What's the chocolate like spheres? I can't remember.
Milk Duds?
I think Milk Duds.
No, or is it Whoppers?
It's Whoppers. Some people put Whoppers in the popcorn, so they just get fancy with it. I like a pretzel or nachos.
I like a little. Yeah, the pretzel is a really close because of saltiness. I like hot sauce in my popcorn.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Frank's Red Hot.
Doesn't your fingers get all?
I don't care.
All right, Coach, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, I just come out and support these seniors especially. I mean, they've got a chance in the next 2 or 3 weeks to lock up they have a chance to be the most successful 4-year run in McAlester history. 7 wins solidifies that, 6 wins ties it, That should be their why right now. Why do I do this? Because I want to be known as the most successful senior class to ever put the pads on in McAlester High School. And we know as good as anybody else with the history of our program, that's a special thing to say when you leave here if you graduate is that.
Absolutely. Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tomorrow night
Thank
against
you.
Sapulpa.
Go Buffs.
Go Buffs. This has been Brandon Green with head coach Forrest Mazey. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo day, everybody.